Well, family, it is good to see you. We are midweek in the third week of January, and I can't believe how time flies, because it does. It seems like we were just at the end of December entering into the new year. So, I don't know. Time flies, but I am so happy to be here with everyone on today. Whether you're live with me not now or you're looking later, there's a sense of always energetically community, and that's the whole idea behind community care meditation. The sense of building community and us just being able to sit together and to just get quiet and to do some inner work together, because I know I need it. And I love being in community, of being able to tend to ourselves as we need to. So since starting community care meditation, we've talked about a lot of things. The first one was we talked about crossing the threshold as we went into 2022. And then last week we talked about this sense of awakening rest and checking in with the heart. And what the heart is speaking to us, our heart. We each have a unique melody, a unique heartbeat, and a unique message for each of us. All very, very important. And today I want to talk a little bit about freedom and peace. We just celebrated the birthday of Dr. King, as we do every year. And I thought it ironic in terms of the fact that I've been going through, this will be my third and final year for yoga therapy training, of being a yoga therapist. I'm an apprentice now, but going through that, and I'll be finished at the end of this year. And one of the questions that we were asked is, what does freedom and peace mean to you? And we broke off into our groups and we were talking about freedom and peace. And I was talking about, freedom of free of my own time. Freedom looks like being in the country. Freedom looks like having rocking chairs, all of things that were external to me, right? And so one of my cohorts asked me, well, do you feel like you'll be free if you don't have those things? And I had to pause and ask myself, would I feel free? Would I be free? Would I be at peace? And so I have been reflecting on that since this past weekend, leading into this week. We had the snowstorm, which made me go into deeper contemplation because of the snow, wintering, if you will. And I thought that I would explore that with the community this evening, in terms of, what does freedom and peace mean to you? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? And knowing that as you walk more freely, you become more at peace. But this is the thing. True freedom, what I'm finding is that true freedom has nothing to do with things. It has everything to do with how you feel on the inside. It has everything to do with your well-being. It has everything to do with what is internal. So what is internal freedom? What does internal peace mean to you? And it didn't dawn on me until today. And I'm going to use myself an example, just being fully transparent. So I am a project manager by day. And in my space, I have plants, I have the diffuser, I have my crystals, I have all of that. And that idea of tranquility, of being tranquil. And it definitely helps. But on today, with the year opening at my particular place where I work, it's very chaotic. And for the most part, I've stayed out of the chaos, but I was drawn in the chaos today. And at first, it rubbed me the wrong way, I'm telling you, because I'm a type A personality. I like to have my work a certain way or what have you. And it rubbed me the wrong way. But then I had to stop because I felt my shoulders, the anxiety, all of that just coming up my neck and everything. And I had to stop. And I literally had to talk myself to the fact, okay, you have no control over the chaos, but you have control of how you respond. And so I literally had to say, okay, I'm going to surrender and soften to this in terms of my role of what is being required of me. I'm going to put it aside to what I thought that I was going to do today, what I had planned, how I was going to do it. I'm going to let it go. And once I was able to do that, and it took me a minute. It took me a minute to get there. It took me about half an hour to get there where I had to bring myself down. I realized that was freedom. Freedom in the sense of self-awareness to where I recognized where I was at. Had you asked me this a while back in terms of this whole work and how I respond, I would have responded a different way. But I realized that internal freedom was just that. It was a sense of self-awareness. And beyond that, a sense of acceptance and being able to soften and surrender. Now, that's just an example. But I went from having a tranquil place or a tranquil environment to being tranquil, to being a sense of calm, a sense of peace. And in that was very freeing and very liberating to where I don't care what's going on, you're not going to come in and disturb my ultimate peace in terms of this. And that's when I realized this is what it is. This is exactly what it is. And whether it be a sense of peace, whether it be a sense of abundance, whether it be a sense of calm or what have you, my question to you is, what does internal freedom and internal peace mean to you? And understanding that freedom goes beyond the doing portion of it. So it's not just doing restful things, it's actually being at rest, right? It's not just doing tranquil things, it's being tranquil. It's not just doing peaceful things, it's being at peace. And that requires inner work, it really does. But more importantly, freedom starts with self-awareness. Freedom starts with having a relationship with self. Freedom starts with that. And as you develop that freedom, that sense of internal freedom and that sense of choice, then things begin to shift. And historically speaking, I think that sense has been with us forever. And that's why we've been able to move in and through all of what has occurred to us as a people. That freedom within. So that's what I want you to think about on today. As we begin to come together and just sit together in stillness, sit together in terms of breath, knowing that we're collectively breathing together, that we're collectively meditating together, that we're collectively getting quiet together. This idea is, what is internal freedom to you? What is internal peace to you? And knowing that it's cultivation. It is a practice in terms of cultivating that. And it takes time. But the first step is self-awareness and knowing yourself, understanding yourself. And you know what that comes from? Being able, one, to cross the threshold and say, you know what? I don't have all the answers, but I know the answers reside in me, right? And then secondly, allowing yourself to get still, to tap into your heart, check in, seeing how your heart is, listening to your heart. And from there, the self-awareness will unfold in understanding what is freedom to you, what is peace to you. So I'm going to offer this poem, and then we will just go right into just getting quiet and still. And as I read this, if you want to go ahead and get comfortable, however that is, if it's seated, if it's closer to the ground, if you're lying down, whatever is most accessible to you, I invite you to do that as I read this. And this poem is entitled Where to Find It, and it's by Cleo Wade. And it simply says this: kept looking for goodness, kept asking everyone where I could find the good in the world. It was not until I looked within and grew my own goodness that I began to see it everywhere. Where to find it, whether it be goodness, whether it be freedom, whether it be peace, it's right inside of you. And it's just a matter of you sitting with it, cultivating it, knowing it, understanding it. And basically, it's knowing and understanding you. And from there, you live that out. So I'm going to invite you once again, if you're not there already, to get comfortable. And get the support that you may need to perhaps support the back. And I want you to get even more comfortable. See if you can just provide a bit more comfort than what you have now. Allowing whatever is supporting you to just completely support you fully. Your full essence and weight, allowing for that support to fully hold you up. And eyes may be open or shut, whatever is most comfortable for you. The most important thing is that you feel safe. And again, being compassionate to yourself, honoring whatever it is that you need. Knowing that you can stop this practice at any time. And now I'm going to invite you just to begin to arrive and to connect with your breath. And if breath is not one that you are comfortable with, perhaps a sensation or even a sound, connecting with that, serving as your anchor, your sense of arriving, your sense of being able just to simply begin your practice of being present with yourself. And allow yourself to take that in, whether it be naturally breathing, connecting with a sensation, or connecting with a sound. Visualize yourself just almost taking just a woosah, if you will. And now I want you to bring awareness to your heart. You may even want to perhaps just extending an invitation, placing your hand on top of your heart. Just checking in. And as you do that, begin to relax the brow and the eyes, cheeks, the lips and jaw, shoulders, hips, thighs, knees and legs, just allowing a sense of softness, a sense of surrender, opening up to that. And as you're connecting with your heart, perhaps you ask yourself the question, what is freedom to me? What is peace? And allow whatever to come up to come up. And if it's not clear, that's okay. We make space for that. That's why we do this practice. Because with time comes clarity. And we'll sit together in silence just for the next 2 minutes. Connecting with your heart. feel and sense the flow of breath from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Feel and sense the rise and fall of your chest against your hand as you connect with that inner heartbeat. As you connect with your inner melody, your inner song that's unique to you. And again, I pose the question, what does internal freedom and internal peace mean to you? What does it taste like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? Allowing yourself space and grace just to be able to hear it, taste it, feel it. And again, if there is nothing that you can taste or feel or hear at this time, doesn't mean that it's not there. This is why we sit in meditation. It's not always clear right away, but with time and practice, it does. And when you're ready, only when you're ready, slowly releasing the practice. If your hand is on your heart, you can keep it there, or you can go ahead and lower the hand. Eyes still may be closed or at a soft gaze. Feel and sense the flow of breath. And I'm going to invite us to collectively take an inhale in, exhale out, first through the mouth. And then take another deep inhale in, and then I want you to close your mouth and exhale out through the nose for that full breath. Inhale in, exhale out through the nose. And do that one more time. And for those that the breath is not one that resonates with you, this idea of visually tapping into the sensation, breathing in with the sensation, breathing out with the sensation. And if sound is something that is more resonating with you, breathing in that sound and exhaling out the sound. Take a few more deep inhales in, exhale out through the nose. And then we will end our practice by taking a deep inhale in through the nose and then humming out. Deep inhale in. And when you're ready, taking our hands together, we're just going to rub them together. Add some warmth. Maybe set an intention. And when you're ready, place it wherever you may feel like you need tending to. I'm going to place it on my heart. Grace and peace be in you. Grace and peace be all around you. Until we are together again, continue to be safe, continue to be well, and most importantly, continue to take care. Thank y'all so much for being here. Oh, so good to see each of you. Thank you, Sam. Oh. So I will see you next Wednesday, same time, same place. So, bye-bye now.